Hello, this is Cameron, and welcome to another video by the Lab Maniacs. As always, we have all deck lists from this video listed in the description below, as well as our social media info. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the show. I am going first. Hello again, Cameron here. Today I am playing a Keranos deck that was recently brewed by Sigi and Rex from the competitive EDH Discord. It is a stacks and prison style deck that aims to stop everyone from casting spells and to eventually combo out with a Paradox Engine and a Isochron Scepter combo. This deck is designed to land early mana denial, such as Back to Basics or Blood Moon, and then to move on to further pieces of rules modifiers like Stranglehold, Arcane Laboratory, Frozen Aether, and Mana Maze to prevent my opponents from casting spells regularly and allowing me to slow the game down even more. My first hand today consisted of a Buried Ruin, a Mishra's Workshop, the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale, Back to Basics, Impulse, Brainstorm, and Stasis. This was unkeepable, as I did not have any colored mana. I couldn't cast anything. Yes, I had a workshop, and I could, if I drew some artifact mana, cast something from there. And I had some creature hate with Tabernacle, but I just couldn't keep this. So I mulliganed this, and my next 7 cards were Mana Maze, Mystical Tutor, Mox Opal, Back to Basics, Pongify, Island, and Steam Vents. This was a pretty decent hand. I had most of what I want. I don't have any functional mana accelerators in this hand. Mox Opal isn't going to be active for a really long time. I've got no other artifacts, so that Metalcraft isn't going anywhere. But I do have a few pieces of specific hate. Back to Basics looks very nice. We've got a 3-color deck and a Hermit Druid deck at the table. If the Hermit Druid deck is built correctly, I assume there's not going to be a single basic in it. So Back to Basics can basically be backbreaking. Also, I expect there's several mana creatures that I'm going to be seeing. So from either Karador or the Thrasios Tymna deck, I can Pongify those to further push the mana denial plan. My primary goal is to slow things down with both Dan and Simon early on. I expect them to be the most explosive decks here. And then once I've got them slowed down and I'm not afraid of them just winning immediately, I need to do everything I can to slow Siggy's plan down. He usually is built to just live under stacks environments, and I'm really scared that later on in the game he might just Cyclonic Rift and win, so I got to keep up some counter spells when I can. Draw a card. Steam Vents take 2. Mox Opal. Pass the turn.
Okay. Hey, Sigi here, playing Teferi once again. This time I'm going second. My opening hand was 2 islands, an Ancient Tomb, Mishra's Workshop, Rings of Brighthearth, Mana Drain, and Tezzeret the Seeker. First off, this is a really mediocre hand. It's not particularly fast. There's basically no mana acceleration outside of a Mishra's Workshop that we can't even use to cast any form of mana rock, which is why I would definitely mulligan this hand if I were playing against a bunch of fast combo decks. However, after taking a look around the table and realizing that I'm up against a really stacksy and slow Keranos list and a Karador, I was fairly sure that I was going to have to play the long game, and that's what I prepared for. Taking another look at this hand, it's actually fairly well equipped to play a longer game. We've got the single best piece of interaction in our whole deck in our hand in the form of Mana Drain. We've got 1/2 of an infinite mana combo with Rings of Brighthearth, and we even have a way to comfortably find the other half of the combo thanks to Tezzeret the Seeker. Or if we hit a really good mana drain early in the game, we can use the mana drain mana to cast Teferi, use him to untap, and then cast Tezzeret, which will find us the Chain Veil and would provide a fairly easy avenue towards victory. Well, let's see how it goes. Draw for turn.
Gotta love those strong turn 1 Mox Opals.
They ramp you really hard, don't they? Storm count 1 and all. See, that would be so good if you had storm count on lands.
I'll play
That would be absurd.
Island, Lotus Petal, and pass turn.
Okay. Hello there, it's me, Simon. Today I'll be piloting a Thrasios Tymna combo deck that Tenros and I built. The deck has 2 lines to victory that I'll go over later. My starting hand consisted of a Swan Song, Jace's Prodigy, Noble Hierarch, Demonic Tutor, Marsh Flats, Nature's Claim, and a Command Tower. This is good because it sets us up to a turn 2 Demonic Tutor. For Druid, that should lead us into a turn 3 win with protection if I draw a land. It also has protection from stuff like Torpor, Blood Moon, Grafdigger's Cage if need be. The Jace is also a nice addition to the hand, as not DTing is an option if I feel like it would be dealt with. All in all, this is an okay hand. So the 2 main combo lines is either using Buried Alive for Angel of Glory's Rise, Orruk Salvagers, Bomberman, and Trinket Mage. Then using a reanimation spell to bring back Angel. Angel Trigger gets us Trinket Mage and Salvagers. Trinket Mage fetches us LED, and LED gets us infinite color mana with Bomberman's ability. Bomberman's ability lets us cast Thrasios to draw my deck and then winning through a Labman. Second combo is using Hermit Druid, a line that used to be known as the Western format. Using Hermit Druid's ability to mill the entire library, Narcomoeba returning to the battlefield, blue for Fate Stitcher Unearth, sack the 3 creatures for Flashback Dread Return to Angel, and then Angel brings back a series of creatures involving Labman and Hapless Researcher, sacrificing Hapless Researcher to win. Draw. Tower, Noble Hierarch, pass.
Hey everybody, Dan here again. This week I will be playing the Boonweaver Karador list that I was playing in the first few episodes of the Laboratory Maniacs. As I indicated then, Boonweaver Karador is more of a mid-range combo deck that relies on various hate bear strategies like Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, or Aven Mind Sensor to try and slow the game down to a position where I can grind out some value with various engine cards like Sylvan Library, Birthing Pod, or Yisan the Wanderer Bard, and then combo off, hopefully through the use of Boonweaver Giant and Pattern of Rebirth. So, today, the first hand of 7 I drew was a Plains and Eladamri's Call, a Hokori Dust Drinker, Deathrite Shaman, Mox Diamond, Swords to Plowshares, and Worldly Tutor. This hand is not great because it forces me into having to use the Mox Diamond on turn 1 just to be able to cast my Acceleration and Deathrite Shaman, and that's not a great position to be in because it's not fun to just not have any lands whatsoever. They're obviously very consistent mana production, whereas the Mox Diamond could get tagged by some kind of easy artifact removal, and then I'd be really out of luck. Alongside having a 4-drop in it, which is not where I want to be on one mana source. One consistent mana source, anyways. So I mulliganed to this hand. The second 7 I drew was a Forest, a Dryad Arbor, an Elves of Deep Shadow, a Findhorn Elves, a Deathrite Shaman, an Academy Rector, and an Imperial Seal. So this is a bit better. It has a little bit of awkward mana in that Forest and Dryad Arbor are the only lands, Dryad Arbor being kind of terrible to have in your opening hand, or any hand really. But being able to accelerate into an Elves of Deep Shadow, giving me the ability to Imperial Seal on turn 2 while still developing my mana with a Findhorn Elves, lets me make good progress towards getting a turn 3 combo with Rector, or responding to some kind of really aggressive start that someone else at the table has by Imperial Sealing instead of for a Sacrifice Outlet for some kind of specific hate bear. So all in all, this is a pretty solid hand. It has a bit of a weakness in being reliant on Deathrite Shaman to produce white mana, but if draws cooperate, we can get there, and if not, Deathrite Shaman can get there on its own. So let's see how it does. Draw for turn. I'll play a Forest and cast an Elves of Deep Shadow, and then I'll pass turn.
End of turn. Sigi?
Yeah.
Which dork do you think is the biggest threat?
I'd say probably the Noble Hierarch, considering Simon's deck is faster.
You saying I'm not a threat?
I'm saying you're just as much of a threat, just a bit slower.
Yeah, I think, however, we're going to Pongify the Elves of the Deep Shadow.
Interesting.
Then move to my turn.
My monkey.
Draw a card. Play land for turn. Mana Maze.
Again.
I hate you.
I don't hate you, I just really don't like you.
Pass the turn.
Oh,
You're a
that's
bad
amazing.
person.
Amazing. Oh. Raw for turn.
Badunch.
Let's do another island. And pass turn.
Okay. I'll untap. Draw. Marsh Flats. JVP.
I have no effects.
No response.
No response.
Untap. Draw for turn. Monkey at Simon.
He is a...
3/3.
I don't like that. I'll take 3. Why me?
I
Why me?
don't know.
I guess I am the only deck that plays Admirals.
Isolated Chapel into play tapped,
Oh boy.
and I'll cast a Fintorn Elves.
Ooh,
Seems good.
good
I will
stuff.
pass turn.
Untap. Draw a card. Torpor Orb.
Yeah, I'm gonna crack my Marsh Flats. Fetch an underground sea,
Mhm.
and that's all.
Torpor Orb resolves.
Sure.
Pass the turn.
Seems good. Untap, upkeep, draw for turn, play another island, and pass turn.
Untap. Keep draw. I'm gonna loot with Jace. And I'm going to discard a Mox Diamond.
Okay.
I'll play a Trop. And then I'm going to cast a Demonic Tutor.
Dan, priority to you.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
I pass.
Go ahead.
I'm going to pass after that.
I will untap. Draw for turn. I'll play Dryad Arbor.
Okay.
Move to combat.
How does that work?
For its Simon. Sorry, let me rephrase. Smork Simon face.
There we go. Okay, yeah. You need to say it 4 times for 4 damage.
Yes. Deathrite Shaman?
Sure.
I'm gonna pass turn.
Okay.
Seems good.
Untap. Draw a card. Gemstone Caverns.
Nice.
Right on
basics?
time.
Yeah, boy.
Back to basics.
Oh,
I'm
That's
okay with
good.
that. My only tapped land is a basic.
priority
I
goes to
love it.
Sigi.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
There's a mana maze out, and I cast a blue spell.
He could red blast it. You don't know.
That is correct.
Be a game rules violation and a DQ, but like he could cast it.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
to
that was
basics. I'm a fan.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep, draw. Oh boy. Now, speaking of basics, here's another one.
No way.
Yeah, it's insane, isn't it?
I don't have those.
Yeah, you don't. Pass turn.
Okay, untap. Yeah, upkeep, draw. Gonna Jace.
Okay.
I'm gonna discard a Snapcaster.
Ooh. Okay. How many
I mean, that's
cards in
pretty
your
terrible,
yard?
Torpor Orb.
Yeah, but 2-1 beats.
He has 4 cards in his graveyard, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
City of Brass.
Sure. I mean, not that I can
That
really
doesn't
do anything about
untap.
it.
Yeah.
Pass.
Untap. Draw for turn. I would like to play an Urborg for turn.
Nice.
So all my lands are basics now, right? Please.
I would like to cast an Imperial Seal.
Sure.
No response.
No response.
Do it.
I would like to move to combat.
Sure.
You're not gonna resolve your spell?
After the resolution, I'm shuffling and shortcutting to save time.
Okay.
Smork Simon phase 3.
Fuck. Why me? Why me?
Ad Naz.
Shh,
Yeah.
don't use logic.
And because you're talking shit.
After Smork Simon phase 3 and post combat main, I will pass turn, having lost 2 life from that Imperial Seal because I'm not a cheaty face.
Untap. Draw a card. Play land. Pass the turn.
Oh my god. Sure. Untap, upkeep, draw.
I have a response before your draw
Sorry.
step.
Go ahead. What's that?
Mystical Tutor.
Sure. I too would like that.
Put Brainstorm on top of my library. Okay.
Is that all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll for turn. Interesting. Play an Ancient Tomb. I'll tap this, taking 2. To cast a Mind Stone. Is that good?
It's a mediocre value play at best.
I know, but this...
It opens up blue for him, which was the reason why I tutored.
What do I get from having blue here, though? That's the real question. Pass turn?
End of turn. I'm going to blow up that Torpor Orb with a Nature's Claim.
Got him.
I take it Dan has no response. I have no response.
Me neither.
Yeah, I
Sigi?
thought so.
If you're going to counter something, this is not what you counter.
I know.
It's true.
I also wasn't planning
However,
to.
the Torpor Orb does both affect him and Dan.
Also true.
Well,
See, I'm gonna let you resolve that.
Yeah.
for
Okay.
reasons that, as of now, only I know.
All right.
It's because Siggy's a bit slow tonight.
Go to the untap step, where I do not untap my favorite land. Go to the draw phase, where I draw a card.
Does it suck?
It's not your favorite card of the deck.
Go to the pick phase where you record what you drew.
Yeah.
Ooh, got him. Classic Simon.
Go to the second draw phase, where I draw a Jace. Go to the discard phase, where I discard a Elves of Deep Shadow.
Flip that Jace, boy.
Cheers. I'm going to attempt to resolve a Buried Alive.
Oh, boy. Dan?
I got nothing. Fuck that.
No response.
Boy. Tap 2. Mana Drain.
Force of
Ooh.
Will, discarding
You
exilling
can't.
Soulsong.
You can't
You
do
can't
that.
play blue
I am bad
spell.
at the
Got him!
Okay.
Mana Maze doing work.
Buried Alive dies.
Yeah!
A horrible death.
Oh, this is gonna be so good.
Can I silently cry for a minute or two?
Sure.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, okay. Pass.
On your end step, Simon, I'm going to exile your Snapcaster to gain 2 life. Draw for turn. What a surprise. Okay. Demonic Tutor?
No response from me.
Yeah,
No response from my side.
you're good.
Gaia's Cradle.
Oh, fuck. Sure.
I would like to make 4 manas.
Okay.
You have made 4 manas.
Floating 1 green mana. I would like to cast an Academy Rector.
I have no response to Academy.
I
Rector.
have no response.
Neither do I.
I would like to cast a Viscera Seer.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Cameron?
I've got no reply.
Oh, boy.
So about that time where somebody or let a torpor orb get destroyed.
So, this feels really bad. Force of Will.
Well, so it's
Yeah.
you're forcing it. Seems good.
Exile your Misty.
Seems good.
My Marsh Flats.
Marsh Flats, excuse me.
You're excused.
Yeah, exile your Marsh Flats for black and cast Diabolic Intent, sacking Academy Rector.
Are you serious?
No, he's done.
Hang on.
Siggy might have response. I
No,
have no
it
response.
doesn't matter, because, even if I were to counter it, the Academy Rector still dies, since it's part of the cost.
Yeah, okay.
So that
Yeah, that's
part
fine.
is somewhat irrelevant.
Yeah, so
However,
trigger on Academy
okay,
Rector.
I am still gonna do something, though.
Well, okay, so Kat, are you responding to the Rector trigger or after Rector
No,
trigger?
hang
response?
on. Yeah,
to
we're
the
we're
Rector.
we're responding.
So I cast Diabolic Intent. With Diabolic Intent on the stack, I sack Rector as a cost Rector trigger.
I respond with Rector Trigger on the stack.
Okay.
Siggy has priority
Yes.
first.
Can I
So,
respond to you
I'm
tapping
gonna-
the lands?
I'm
No.
gonna
No,
sack
you,
my
can't. You don't have priority.
Mind Stone to draw a card.
Okay.
Okay, I
Anything
need
else,
to
Siggy?
think about this for a second here. So, if you get Pattern of Rebirth now,
He has no stack outlet.
yes.
So
So does it do anything?
The only way that he actually could combo off is if he gets another spell
If he gets a sack
has
outlet
sack
with diabolic intent,
as part of the yeah, well, he has to have a non-black spell that has sack as part of a cost for you not to be able to respond.
I
He
have a
could get
feeling.
a land. If you
Yeah.
if you wait for the Rector trigger to put an enchantment on a creature and you have a bounce spell, then bouncing said creature with diabolic intent on the stack is your best bet, because that will then put the enchantment in the
But
graveyard.
that's not what I have, unfortunately.
Okay.
So I'm thinking right now.
The other thing is probably just countering diabolic intent. After Rector resolves, countering diabolic
That
intent.
is currently my plan. Okay, so yeah, you can have your Rector.
Simon, do you have any response to Rector
No, I
trigger?
do not.
I'm actually gonna get an Eidolon of Rhetoric.
That's the
Rule of Law.
okay. Seems good.
On wheels. So diabolic intent on the stack.
Mm-hmm.
Cameron.
Boy.
I have no response to diabolic.
Now the real
this
question is, do you actually counter it now?
See, that's the problem. Oh, this is hard. Let's take a moment to think about this. So, there's no pattern of rebirth anytime soon. Unless he gets like a reanimation spell, which
Rector's already gone.
It's exiled, which means that it's even further away. No, I don't. I think I let you have it.
Simon?
No response.
Okay. After I resolve diabolic intent, I'm gonna smork Simon face 4. And then I'll pass.
Or attack Jace.
Too late.
No.
Okay.
Wait, what's in your graveyard, Simon? There's a Buried Alive, isn't there?
There is.
What's Jace at?
5.
Smork Jace 3, smork Simon face 1.
Before you do that, I also have a Nature's Claim, which will be going at the back to basics rather than a Buried Love, because I don't have mana to cast a Buried Love.
That's also a good point. Smork Simon face 4. Wait, cards in hand? Wait.
2.
All right, hang on. Cards in hand. You have 2 cards in hand. You're untapping
With 2 mana.
1 mana source. Don't hold your hand out.
No, I'm not. This is my
your
graveyard.
Okay. You might have a land, so you could play land flashback, Buried Alive.
Yeah, but that doesn't. I still need to reanimate.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
There's no
Smork
way.
Simon face 4.
Yeah.
You can start doing stuff if you want. It's right here. That one.
Okay. Draw a card. Pass the turn.
Interesting. Untap, upkeep. Would you like to brainstorm?
Yes, I would like to brainstorm
ahead.
on your upkeep. Brainstorm.
Got him.
I am
3.
not feeling particularly had.
I put 2 back, and then I pass priority.
Okay. Can I go to my draw step?
Yeah.
Draw for turn. Okay. This thing. Mana drain trigger. I get 3 colorless. Land for turn. Mishra's workshop.
Nice.
Tap the workshop, because that's what people do. Play Rings of Bright Hearth. Pass turn.
Untap, upkeep. I'm gonna draw. -2 Jace.
Mm-hmm.
You have Nature's Claim, flashback.
Yeah.
Cast Nature's Claim. Targeting rings. No, I'm joking.
You're targeting...
Back to basics.
Dan, do you have any response?
No.
Force of will. Lose a life.
Got him.
Woo!
Exile a War of Invention.
Cries internally.
Seems good.
Seems something.
Seems real good.
Gonna play Bloodstained Mire. Pass the turn.
I would like to untap a forest. Draw for turn. There are no lands in graveyards.
No lands.
How about creatures?
Nope.
I have none.
I have Elves of Deep Shadow.
Cool. Smork Simon phase 5.
Yeah. Untap. Draw a card. Impending Disaster?
Oh god.
Pardon?
Oh boy.
I even know what that card does.
That's the one that blows up if there's more than 7 lands in play?
Yeah, so an enchantment during my upkeep, if there are 7 more lands in play, sacrifice Impending Disaster, destroy all lands.
It is that one, yes.
Ooh. Interesting. Let me think. So I love your back to basics, but no offense, I'm not a fan of this one. So no hard feelings, but counter spell.
That's fine.
What does that card do,
Pass the
Sigi?
turn.
Could you read the flavor text?
I can show it really closely here. So it's quite intricate in terms of like how the rules work, but it basically says counter target spell.
That seems why. No, but why would you stop other people from playing their big splashy spells? Why are you trying to ruin the fun for everyone else?
Because
It's okay. It wasn't a big splashy spell. It was only 2 mana.
That's true. It was only going to destroy all of our lands after all.
Anything else from you, Cameron?
No, pass the turn.
Oh yeah. Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Oh, that's just what I wanted to see. Play an island.
I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can play a blue spell. That's cool. I'll tap 5 to cast Tezzeret the Seeker.
Simon goes to
No responses.
Nope.
Nope.
Nice. And now I gotta think for a moment, because there's a lot of artifacts in my deck, and some are better than others.
Really?
I'll go -3. Possibly, unsurprisingly, Basalt Monolith.
Fine, I will untap. Upkeep, draw. We used to play a game called Pung eller Penis, which was where you had
What?
Oh my god.
you pull down your pants just a little bit and you stuck either tip of your dick out or your balls, and people had to guess
What the fuck kind of game is that?
the best kind of game.
The actual
Dan, what's your biggest creature?
Dying, send help.
Can we not have this in the actual video?
See,
Is Spirit of the Lab a 1-4 or
It's a
1-3?
1-4. This is a 3-3. Oh my god, that's staying in.
It's a 1-3 now with Jace.
see, and that's why American people think that Europe is
Yeah.
crazy.
No, but Pung is
Are we wrong?
No.
Pung is bull or balls. No, actually, it's ballsack. It's ballsack. That's what it is. Pung.
Oh my god.
And then penis, I guess you can guess what it is. This was like seventh grade.
I can't do it. I can't do it anymore.
Wow.
Did you play that like during class or something?
No, that was during the free time. Oh, I forgot. I'd forgotten about that game until recently. Really suppressed. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass the turn. I'm just gonna pass the turn.
Oh my god. I'm gonna need a minute here.
Did you not tick up Jace at all or anything?
I did.
No, he did.
No, he did. He ticked it up.
Okay. No.
I'm gonna exile Elves of Deep Shadow.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Woo!
I'm okay, I promise.
Slightly
I'm lost.
traumatized.
Oh man.
Draw for turn.
Oh shit.
Woo!
Oh, that's just.
Please tell me we're killing Teferi.
Yeah, one of the 1/1/3 and 1/1/4 at each one of the planeswalkers. To knock your planeswalkers down one. Just do the kill the Tezzeret, make the Jace be a 2.
Okay. Whatever you say, boss.
Call that
And
job.
then
Stop poking me.
I'll be done.
Dan,
What?
can we take a quick memorial to when Sigi sent us his updated Teferi list a while back, where he had added cards like Snapcaster Mage?
Alright, I draw and pass the turn.
Nice.
Nice.
Dang.
Untap. Upkeep.
Do you remember those times when you brainstorm lock yourself and find nothing?
You remember those times when you picked a bad deck to play?
Hey, I could have played Tassiger.
Again.
I think people are getting a little bored of that.
Actually, I think it's the most popular deck we've ever shown.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, yes it is.
Well, it's because
Can I go to my draw phase, or
original.
does anyone?
I'm going to cast a Mystical Tutor.
Got him.
Every time.
Hashtag Time Walk.
Thank you.
Resolves. I'm
Mana
reaching
maze.
for my dick.
I'm bowing to the mana maze.
Sigi is getting locked the fuck out.
I'm sorry. I'm struggling under a back to basics here. You can be quiet, Dan. Okay.
I have
Back to basics.
infinite mana on the table.
Yep.
And you can do literally nothing. It's great.
No, I can do a
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
We are going to my main phase now.
You can't
wait, no,
do
no, do I
anything
get to
important.
choose
doing
Mystical?
your... Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no one's responding to your
Sweet.
mystical.
Yeah. Continue. What I guess
You can like
basically
do
relevant.
all of your nonsense, and at the same time, I'm going to proceed to my main phase, assuming that you are not going to cast anything else,
No.
because you can't.
Correct.
Pass my turn. This is way too much.
That mana maze is great.
In a way.
That point in a game where 2 cards are locking out 3 players, actually 4 players.
Right. Okay. I'm trying.
Yep. I mean, I'm not being locked out by mana maze as much as having 2 other blue players at the table.
So
Yeah,
mana maze.
That's fine.
I guess.
Like explicitly mana maze.
Because those 2 other blue players aren't countering anything you cast.
They're just not letting you cast stuff.
I'm gonna put Brainstorm on top.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh!
Like I forfeited my will to win now. I can't. Like I checked 3 times through my deck to see if I had a second Nature's Claim, or like I used to run Disenchant just for like alpha spice. But
You're not running Abrupt Decay?
I am, but I really don't want to do the things. So
You just want to bend Sigi over a barrel.
yeah, there we go.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna go to untap.
Oh, no, Sigi,
Yeah, he
did
did.
you pass your turn?
Yeah,
Yes,
he
I
did.
did.
You haven't gone
Several
Okay.
minutes ago.
Draw.
He
Okay.
passed broken
And then
dying.
Okay.
I'm going to target your
You're,
3/3.
Monkey Man?
Yep.
Cool. Now my turn?
Yes.
Or now you're moving to end step? End step, I would like to exile your buried alive. Everyone lose 2 life.
Got him.
Shh.
That means you too, Cameron.
I know.
I'm just making
I
sure.
moved to 39.
You're a known cheaty face.
Oh boy.
Hey.
I'll draw for
Time.
turn.
Time to turn a new page on this game. In a literal sense, unfortunately.
Would like to do 1-2 Jace and 1-2 Simon.
Seems
No,
good.
you need to actually go through the
Smork Simon face, Smork Jace face.
16 life.
I'm sorry, Simon.
There we
I
go.
will not shortcut that anymore.
All right.
Simon, have you considered
Untap.
yeah, brainstorming on Cameron's turn instead of mine?
I have considered doing that.
Can you please do it?
Draw a card.
Computer says no.
All right.
It was worth it.
I'm going to cast a Lotus Petal.
Woo.
Pass the turn.
Upkeep.
Nope. Untap.
Okay.
Come on now, Simon. Pretend like turn order matters.
It's
Upkeep?
Yep. I'm going to brainstorm.
Sure.
Was good in the hood. Deep Downs.
Draw for
Two back.
turn?
He wasn't planning on
Wow.
it, but now that you've said so.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Is it blue?
Possibly. Pass turn.
I'm going to untap. Go to upkeep. Go to draw. I'm going to put a Cavern of Souls into play, naming Human. To play a Mana Crypt.
Nice.
You mean cast?
Yeah, I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to Monkey Man.
Okay.
This seems like a fruitless effort.
Yeah, it really is.
Both arts, even.
Pass.
What are some good instants and sorceries in graveyards currently?
None.
Brainstorm, Mystic Tutor.
Pongify, Mystical Tutor, Brainstorm, Force of Will.
Counterspell, Mana Drain.
I'll take your mana drain, Sigi. Everyone please lose 2 life.
That'll be like $200.
Can I choose not to?
Sounds good. You cannot.
Do not pass go.
I will untap. Draw for turn. Oh, land.
Good.
Then Smork Simon 1, Smork Jace 1.
Kill me over here. Yeah.
Literally.
I'll pass turn.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. So, Siggy, you said you've got a pretty awesome hand.
I was
Windfall
lying.
it, windfall it. Please windfall it.
Alright. Lotus Petal, get blue. Time Twister.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have responses.
Okay.
Stop this nonsense.
Yeah.
Mana Tithe. Is it
What's this?
I would like to cast an Abrupt Decay.
back to basics?
Targeting.
Back to basics.
Would anybody like to guess?
Back to basics. Back to basics. Back to basics. Back to basics.
Mana Maze.
Back to basics. Back to basics. Back to basics. Please.
Rings
Rings
I
of
have a
Bright
res-
Hearth.
Rings of Brightheart. That sounds
What?
great.
I have a response.
Sure.
To what?
To your abrupt decay. But I mean, you already targeted,
Yeah.
because you need to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna tap the monolith to make 3 colorless. I would like to use those 3 to untap it, and then I'm gonna pay 2 here to.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's
Generate
daft. I'll use the
infinite
2
mana.
colorless from here.
He will do the thing
No, wait,
to complete
Well, you
the
pay
thing, and
3. You have
Yeah.
to. Yeah, you have to pay the extra
Yeah,
2.
I'll just do
Goodness.
this.
Oh my
All right,
goodness.
you've got infinite
Yeah,
colorless.
I have infinite colorless.
Name a number.
could you go
Name a
through the
number.
loop?
How much are you
please?
putting in your pool?
Oh my god. I'm gonna punch you in the head, Simon.
We've already done. He just went through
Yeah,
the
but-
loop. How much are you putting in your pool?
I am making
2.
7.
522,780 colorless mana.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna tap 3 blue to cast Whir of Invention,
He's
and
gonna
I'm gonna
die
use
to mana burn.
Improvise.
4 X equals 1.
Or X equals 250,000, and plus
Okay.
1 from my Rings of Brighthearth. I
Okay.
insist.
I have no response.
Please.
Simon, do you have any response?
No response. It's blue, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
This is the right one. Grafdigger's Cage.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I'm not saying that because this is a game. I'm sitting out.
Okay. And now we've got an abrupt decay on the stack targeting Rings of Brighthearth.
Yeah. No response from me in regards to that. Anyone else?
All right. Then that resolves. We got a time twister on
Technically,
the stack.
Simon's gonna get priority after Abrupt Decay.
Well, do you
No.
want to do anything with abrupt decay on the stack? Okay. Time twister on the stack. Does anybody want to respond to time twister on the
Nope.
stack?
Yes.
All right. Okay. You've already cast your spell.
I know. I'd like to exile Cameron's Force of
War
Will.
of Invention.
Each of you, please lose 2 life.
All right. Twister resolves.
Yep.
Move to combat.
Mm-hmm.
So Siggy's mana goes away.
Yeah. That it does.
Magic.
A second spell.
Play my land for the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Got him.
Siggo.
Untap upkeep. Would anyone like to do anything during my upkeep?
Uh-oh.
Cameron, I swear. Don't. Don't. You can crack your fetch, but don't cast a blue spell. If you have Brainstorm again.
Okay, priority. I pass priority.
I have nothing.
Crack Misty Rainforest.
Mhm.
Any response?
Nope.
I'm
Stay.
preparing to burst out in laughter.
Put an island into play.
That's an island.
Pass priority.
Okay. So I get to draw.
Yeah.
Nice.
End of draw step.
Yep.
I would like to cast a Memories Journey.
What's that?
Got him.
Target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from his or her graveyard into his or her library.
It's a blue card.
Flashback green.
Sure.
When you
So
flash
you
it
like
back,
to
it's
have
still
me
a blue
shuffle
card.
my Time Twister and Misty Rainforest into my library?
No.
Okay.
Yes, you Misty. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, my Misty gets shuffled then.
Aww. What a good player you are.
Such
Yes.
is life. I'll play an island. I'm not quite gonna pass turn without doing anything. So
You gonna cry some?
I will take key. No.
Okay.
After that, I'll pass my turn, considering I can't really do anything else.
Okay, go to my turn. Untap, upkeep, mana crypt trigger, all this. Ow, yeah. Fuck.
And your crypt's untapped, and your dude's untapped, yeah.
Gonna put a mana confluence into play. I'm going to plus Jace, targeting Monkey Man.
You got it.
I'm going to tap my Noble and my Mana Crypt. And attempt to resolve a Hermit Druid.
Dan?
I got nothing.
I got no response.
No response.
Ooh, I now have an extra blocker.
He's a 2/2?
He's a 1/1.
Oh my god, he's terrible. My turn?
Yeah. That depends. I'm going to go through combat. No, actually, I'm just going to go to end of turn. Yeah. So now it's your turn.
I was just going to untap and take my turn regardless. I'll draw. Yeah. I'm going to play a Bloodstained Mire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to crack, losing 1, and I'm going to shock as well. Getting a Godless Shrine.
Shocking.
You heathen.
I'm going to murder you,
Cameron. We're not going to do that. Cameron, I will hurt you. I will travel to America, follow you around with a spoon, and brutally murder you.
With a spoon?
Some
you
murders
heard him?
take seconds. Some murders take hours.
Okay. You exile your Bloodstained Mire. Yep.
Linvala, Keeper of No Hermit Druids.
That's just activated creature abilities of creatures?
Yes.
Good.
Yep.
I like it.
Okay.
Dude, you already have a rule of law.
I know.
Anything else there?
Yes, I would like to smork Sigi Face 2.
Why me?
Because I'm not really worried about the guy who is a graveyard deck that relies on activating creature abilities when Grafdigger's Cage Linvala Keeper of Silence.
That's a
Are you
fair
done after
point.
that, Dan?
I would like to pass the turn after that.
All right. Untap. Draw a card. Play an island.
Mm-hmm.
Frozen Aether.
Artifacts
Lands.
and
Creatures and lands my opponent's control come into play tapped.
I hate you so much.
Oh!
okay.
Simon gets no more mana.
I get 2 colorless.
Seems decent.
And then I pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Anything in my upkeep?
I think he does.
I don't know. I mean, he's not getting more mana than this for the rest of the game.
It's true.
So doing a funny meme thing might not necessarily be the right choice.
No, but that's not what I would be doing either. No.
So I can go ahead.
Yeah.
Does Sigi get to cast a blue spell?
Draw for turn.
Gonna win.
I'm just waiting for the Cyclonic Rift.
I would cry. Actually, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I think you'd be fine with it.
Really, it's just going to be Cyclonic Rift and a win is what I'm scared of from Sigi.
I'll tap 3 using 1 to untap. So I've got 2 colorless, 5 colorless, 6, 7. Cyclonic Rift
Cyclonic
overloaded.
Rift.
Simon.
Simon goes to you first.
I'm
What's
gonna.
that?
That's
No.
Command Tower.
Yeah, I have Landslide do damage. I don't have much life. I'm gonna STP the roll low.
Okay.
I would like to gain a life.
And that's
Okay.
cool.
Rift happens.
Nice. So everyone, please pick up your stuff.
Bye-bye, monkey. I'll miss you.
That thing has done so much damage to me.
Right.
I'm going to cast a Mox Diamond pitching Scalding Tarn. I'm going to tap 2 blue to cast Power Artifact on my Monolith.
That looks an awful lot like you've won.
That's infinite mana.
Yes.
That's infinite colorless mana, and he will have 1 blue.
He will have
I've
4
got
blue.
1, 2,
Oh no,
3,
he'll have
4.
so he can. Okay, so you can cast a fairy. If you do not have another win con, this is not game over.
No. But
I'm terribly sorry to break it to you, but I'm not. First of all, I'm gonna cast a Thran Dynamo.
Okay.
So we'll just assume that this here is making me as much colorless mana.
Actually tap your stuff in order to do that, because before you do that, you have to tap your lands.
Okay,
You
I'm
do
gonna
have to
tap
spend-
1 land to do it, because the activation cost to untap this is 1 now.
Yep.
All right.
That's fine.
I will proceed to make infinite or an arbitrarily high amount of colorless mana that I can keep changing at basically any point, because mana abilities do not use the stack.
But the untap
Thran
does.
Dynamo. True. Good point. So here's a fun line. Expedition map, and this is the reason why I haven't played the Scalding Tarn as my land for turn. I'm going to
Because
use
now
2
you have Inventor's Fair.
to sack it. Precisely. I'm going to grab an Inventor's
That's-
Fair.
Game.
Inventor's Fair goes to my hand. I'm not going to bother shuffling up if that's fine by you guys, because I'll play it for turn. I'll use 4 to sack the Inventor's Fair. I can do this because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 is enough, but I've got 6 artifacts, which I can then use to get an artifact from my deck and put it into my hand. The artifact of choice in this case is...
Tormod's Crypt.
Obviously.
Mana Crypt. Crypt of
It's the good
Agadeem.
old- My guess is it's Chain Veil.
Justice
so then he
Cap.
casts
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
it's
fairy.
Justice
I mean,
Cap.
yeah, he wins.
Well,
I have Chain Veil.
Unless you guys have stuff.
Goes to my hand. I'll play the Chain Veil. I'll use
Simon?
4 and...
Would you like to respond?
Yes. I'm gonna fetch and I'm gonna mana crypt, so I got 6 life.
are you gonna shock and go to 4?
Feel free to continue. I'm just memeing.
Darn.
Oh, okay, if you're just memeing, then I'm very happy. I'll sack the Lotus Petal for a blue, and tap my island for another blue to cast Teferi. And,
Simon, do you have any response to Teferi?
No. I'm gonna tap my Evergreen.
Okay, I've got no response either. So
okay. So
I
since
think
I
he's
have
done it.
not managed to win a game with this before, I'll quickly explain how this combo
You've never
works
won a single game with Teferi, Sigi?
on camera.
Oh.
Yes. But time has finally come and I'm overjoyed right now. Yeah, so the way this works is Teferi's -1 ability makes it so I can untap up to 4 permanents. The Chain Veil can be activated for 4 mana to get another Planeswalker activation. This means that I can keep using Teferi's -1 on the Chain Veil and a couple of mana rocks. In this case, it's not particularly important because I have infinite mana. But if I didn't, I could like untap Monolith, Thran Dynamo, and some of my lands to make enough mana to be able to recast Teferi once he dies from using his -1. Now, thanks to a ruling on the Chain Veil, I am able to activate Teferi's abilities as many times as I've used the Chain Veil in my turn when I recast him. This basically means that once he's back in play, I can either just keep going down, or if I want to, I can +1 to draw most of my deck, and then start from there and go back down again. This makes me infinite mana, puts my deck into my hand, and the way I win here is by casting what's-his-face? Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, who also just happens to be a Planeswalker, and I can use his +2 ability to bolt everyone into their face until they die.
Killing me last.
Hey, Sigi, where's your nice version of Ugin?
This is the nice
So
version.
the thing of note is that Chain Veil does adjust the rules, and every new Planeswalker that comes into play sees every activation of Chain Veil that has been used this turn. So normally a Planeswalker can only activate once. Chain Veil tapping for once says it may activate an additional time. If you continue to activate Chain Veil, you continue to get additional activations. So we have an arbitrarily large number of activations that then Ugin can +3 and poke everybody an arbitrary number of times until we're all dead.
Yes, that is how it goes. GG.
GG, guys.
GG.
Well done, Sigi.
Yes, I am so happy to finally get a win on Teferi. It's my main deck and I've been playing it for almost an entire year, and I somehow haven't managed to win a single on-camera game until this one. As I had said in my opening hand commentary, I prepared for a long game, and as it turns out, my patience really did pay off. That being said, I also did get a tiny bit lucky after Cameron's Time Twister, because he basically twisted me into the perfect hand. I had the Cyclonic Rift to remove everything that was bothering me. I had a way to make infinite colorless mana with Power Artifact on Basalt Monolith, which basically enabled me to go for the Expedition map into Inventor's Fair, into Chain Veil for the win. The key choices that paved my way towards victory in this game were all in regards to which of my opponent's plays I was going to interact with. Take, for instance, Cameron's Impending Disaster. He already had a back to basics on the field that was pretty much helping me more than anyone else, even himself, and the way I judged this Impending Disaster was that he tried to sort of revert his mistake by bringing everyone back to the same level. I could not afford to let him do that, because I knew that if I was going to get the right card, I was going to be able to win very quickly. However, I also knew that I would have needed my lands to be able to do that. All in all, this was the second long drawn-out game on Teferi that I've played on camera. However, this time it luckily paid off and I didn't play too conservatively, which led to my victory.